want to take the time to talk about my favorite collegiate football program, and that's the Miami Hurricanes. I'm not an alumni. I've just been watching the Hurricanes since I was very young. And I'm coming from a fan's perspective. I don't have a vast football knowledge other than playing, in when I was a kid in high school. But I see every Saturday some things that disturb me. Especially now with the college football playoffs about to, the selection process is still coming together. And the Miami Hurricanes are looking as if they're not going to make it. And it seems that the Miami Hurricane fan community is not really being honest with itself. Got a lot of podcasters, and we're talking about within the Miami Hurricane football program sphere, that seem to be almost delusional in the fact that we deserve to be in the playoffs. I have devoted so many hours on Saturday. I have spent countless amounts of money on merchandise. So much mental and emotional bandwidth supporting the Miami Hurricanes football program that I feel like, as a fan, I should be able to express my opinion. And it's a very unpopular one. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. We do not deserve to be in the playoffs. When I say we, I mean the Miami Hurricanes. I'm going to refer to us as we. The Miami Hurricanes, I don't know. Something is wrong in that building. Let's take, for example, I sat and watched a few Georgia Bulldogs games. I'm from Georgia. And the way that the Georgia program, the way those players, they look bigger, they look faster, and they look, when that ball is snapped, especially the defense, they look like pit bulls off of the leash. And they go 0 to 1,000 until that referee blows that whistle. And then when the referee blows the whistle, they get off the ground and they have so much unbridled energy that they've just, their movements are frenetic. They're like, oh man, I hate that he blew the whistle because I really want to take this quarterback's head off. I really want to take this running back's head off. I really want to take the receiver's head off. And I'm watching the Georgia Bulldog, let's say the offense. And I watch how, with almost precision, they convert the downs. I watch how they, there's always someone open. The running back always finds a hole. The quarterback makes a play either by air or by feet, with his feet. Compare and contrast that with my beloved Miami Hurricanes. And I sit and I watch, and I'm not confident that we'll make that first down. I'm not confident that we're going to stop that running back. We're going to break up that pass. We're going to sack that quarterback. I am pleasantly surprised when we do get a stop on defense. And by the way, I think that Mario Cristobal has wasted this defense this year. This is a championship defense. Heatherman has a masterclass of defense, and we've wasted it. I don't think that the Miami Hurricanes are on the same level as those teams that are firmly entrenched in the college football playoff talks. That's your Ohio States. That's your, I can't believe I'm saying this, Indiana, your Georgias, your Alabamas, Ole Miss, even though they don't have a head coach, your Oregons, etc. I think that if we make it into the college football playoffs, we are going to get destroyed. We're going to get absolutely smoked. I don't think that we're on that level of those teams. And I think it's time for us as Hurricane fans to accept that fact. We are on the level. We're on that second or mid tier. It's so frustrating because you hear the haters say that we're living off of the past, and they're absolutely right. The last championship in football was in 2001. It's been 24 years ago. And for 24 years, we've been hoping. For 20 years, we've been absolutely, 21 years, we've been pretty much mediocre, except for 2017 and this year and last year. We, the Miami Hurricanes, and the fans, it's so disappointing that every week we have to worry about teams like Louisville, SMU, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, USF. Do you think, and I'm using the Georgia Bulldogs as an example, do you think that anyone that's a Georgia football fan, any of their podcasters, their pundits, anyone in that sphere is worried about Kentucky, is worried about Vanderbilt or South Carolina? No, they're not. I knew before kickoff in that Louisville game, I just had this feeling we were going to lose. And here's another thing. We're always propping up Florida State and Florida primarily because they're Florida schools as rivals. Our rivals should be everybody, pretty much. More specifically, Louisville, SMU, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech. I don't understand how we could smoke Notre Dame and Florida State at the time when Florida State was good. I don't understand how we smoked them with all the lights on, the big lights on, national attention, and then come later and shit the bed against Louisville. I knew that game was lost at kickoff, and it was confirmed when we were down 14-0. I don't think it's not, let me just say this because I don't want to disrespect the hard work of the coaches and the players. The Miami Hurricanes program needs to take seriously the Louisvilles and the SMUs as serious as they take the Notre Dames, the Florida States. It almost seems as if with the nation saying, yeah, Miami will lose to Notre Dame. Miami will lose to Florida State. Miami has never seen an offense like USF. They may not be able to keep up. It's almost like the program wakes up and pays attention. But as soon as the media, the pundits, the fans say, we should beat Louisville by 2 touchdowns, we should beat SMU by 2 touchdowns, it's almost like the team sleepwalks through that effort, through that game. We worry about cold weather. I know we are a South Florida program, and we have a lot of South Florida kids. I get it. Every year we worry about cold weather. We worry about sleepy nooners. And that's another thing, the 12 noon games. That's Miami Hurricane PSD. Participating, playing, and losing football games that start at noon. Because for some reason, the team does not get up for those games. And I also want to make it a point that ever since 2017, I think it was that Black Friday. I think that game was played on Friday when we lost to Pitt. We were number 2. We went into Pittsburgh. And that might have been a noon game as well. I know somebody will correct me. I felt that as soon as they kicked that ball, they were going to lose to Pitt. Oh, and add Pitt to the list of rivals. Sorry. What is it about 12 noon, these mid-tier football programs, and the month of November? It seems as though there are only a few of us that are being rational with the fact that we don't belong in the college football playoff discussion next year. Yes, I know the Canes beat Notre Dame. They should be ranked ahead of Notre Dame. But this is the Miami Hurricane football program. We get no leeway. We get no deference. We get no compassion. We should not have lost to Louisville. We should not have lost to SMU. And thank you so much to YouTube TV and for ESPN for that contract dispute that I couldn't even watch the SMU game. We wasted a championship defense. You wasted a year with Carson Beck. Bain and Messidor likely gone. Will next year be our year? I think that if we get, which I strongly believe that we will not, if we somehow sneak into the college football playoffs, we're going to get destroyed. And then the narrative will be, we had no business being there. I think that we need to come to accept the fact that at this time, we are a mid-tier program. Mario is building. He has some things he needs to work on. It's almost like one year, the offense is good and the defense is bad. And then the next year, the defense is bad and the offense is good. And this year, I think the defense is, light years ahead of the offense. As a fan, I'm watching this offense and I'm wondering why they continue to go up the A gap, up the middle. It's first down, up the middle. Second down, up the middle. Third down, incompletion or interception. Third down, incompletion, punt. There was a fan-made rap song when Rick was here called Run, Run, Pass, Punt. Shout out to Coach Coop. I'm sitting in my recliner and I'm watching the offense go up the middle and the running back run into the back of the offensive line for no gain. Why, as a fan, am I the one that's noticing this first? I'm not being paid by the university. I don't have the knowledge, the experience, the education, or expertise of these professional football coaches. But I know that running up the middle 2 or 3 times in rapid succession and punting is not fruitful or productive. The Miami Hurricanes took us for a wild and fantastic ride, and then they dropped us. I think that who and what the program really is what we saw in Louisville and SMU, and the incredible wins were just flashes of brilliance. Someone needs to tell them every week, Louisville is going to blow you out. SMU is going to blow you out. Give them the same talking points that you give them when they play Notre Dame or Florida State. Because it seems as soon as you say Louisville's come to town, it's almost like the program relaxes. The football team relaxes. They don't seem as motivated. This is just a fan's perspective. Those athletes, I know those athletes and those coaches work hard. But as a fan, I sit back and I know that something in that building is broken. This is just a fan's perspective. It's been a wild ride this year. And hopefully next year will be our year. Seems like we've been saying that a lot lately.